So now good morning students. In the last day I have discussed about how sound travel, how human can produce sound, how human can hear the sound. Okay, so now today I will discuss about some properties of sound. Okay, and sound needs a medium to travel, speed of the sound. Okay, so first you have to know sound needs a medium to travel. Sound needs a medium to travel. We know sound is a form of energy which propagate in the form of a wave. So to move this wave, it must need a medium. And the medium must be maybe solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so remember sound needs a medium to travel from one point to another point, and that means without any medium sound cannot travel. That means through the vacuum sound cannot travel. Through the vacuum sound cannot travel. Vacuum means there is nothing, air, no molecule of gases, whatever. So through the vacuum sound cannot pass. So to move or to travel the sound from one place to another place, it must need a medium. That may be solid, liquid or gaseous medium. Okay, so for example you can do an experiment, or you have seen an experiment. Suppose in a glass jar there is a bell. Okay, so and there is nothing. That means inside the jar the place is vacuum. So now if this bell is on, that means so that means if the bell is heated, or if the bell is produce sound, then we cannot hear the sound from outside of the, we cannot hear the sound. That means suppose there is a air, but this is the vacuum, so sound produced by this bell cannot travel through this place. Suppose this produces sound, but as there is a vacuum, so sound cannot travel. That's why we are not able to hear the sound. So if you have seen in a room made by glass, if someone makes sound from inside the room, then you cannot listen the sound from outside the room, because there is a vacuum or the very low amount of air. That's why sound cannot pass through it, or very small amount of sound can pass through it, which is not hearable, or which is not able to hear. So understand. So obviously sound needs a medium to travel from one point to another point. That may be a solid, liquid or gas, and sound cannot pass through the vacuum. So for example, suppose there is a glass jar, and inside the glass jar there is a electric bell. If the bell is there inside the jar there is vacuum, and if the bell produce sound, then we are not able to hear the sound, or the sound is not heard, because there is vacuum. That means there is no medium. That's why the sound is not heard. Okay, so that means obviously sound needs a medium to travel from one point to another point. So in the previous days, or a long time ago, in African countries, the man use drums, or they beat drums to communicate with the others. They beat drums, and these drums are called talking drums, and they place this drum to a water body. Because why they place in a water body? Because water is liquid, and we know sound can produce through the liquid. Very good. That's why they place this with beside water body, so that sound can move easily, because they can move place in air also, but air is gas but water is liquid. And remember, sound can travel good through the liquid than gas. Sound can travel good than better in liquid than gas. Sound can pass through liquid better than gas. So that's why they place beside the water body, and this is called, the drums are called talking drums. Okay. In childhood we have seen we use paper cup telephone. We use two paper cups, one paper cup and there is another paper cup, and it is connected with a cotton thread. If your friend produce sound from here, it produces sound, and if you listen from here, then you can get the sound easily. You can get the sound. That means sound can pass through this thread, or this is solid material. That means sound can pass through this solid. So this proves solid can pass through the medium. That means obviously solid needs a medium to travel. Okay, but if without this paper cup telephone, these are the paper cup, this is cotton thread. Without this paper cup telephone, you can listen the sound very low, but if you use this, the sound must be good. That means sound can pass through the solid better than gas. That's why in childhood, if we use paper cup telephone, we can listen the sound very good. Okay. Next, what gives rise to different type of sound? So there is an example. You take different sizes of bowls and fill it with different amount of water, and if you beat this, you can see different kind of sounds are produced. So this sound depends on the amount of water in it. So in which the sound depends? The amount of water inside the bowl. Okay. Next, the speed of sound. Okay. So what is speed of sound? We know when a particle or when a object moves, it must have a speed. So when sound moves or sound travels through a medium, it has a speed. Sound has a speed. So what is the speed of sound? Speed of sound is equals to the distance traveled by sound per unit time. The distance traveled by sound per unit time. It is called the speed of the sound. Understand? The distance traveled by sound per unit time. So in the previous classes, I mean in class 7, you have already read what was the definition of speed. Distance traveled by any object per unit time. So here the speed of the sound is equals to distance traveled by the sound per unit time. So there was distance traveled by the object. So here you use distance traveled by sound per unit time, that is called speed. So what is the unit? You know, unit of distance meter and unit of time second. So unit is meter per second, or we may write this as like this, meter per second. So unit of speed is meter per second. Okay, you have to remember this. Sound has a speed in air. Sound has a speed in air 340 meter per second. Sound has a speed in air 340 meter per second. That means in 1 second sound can travel 340 meter through the air. That means in 1 second sound travel 340 meter distance through the air. Okay, and remember, sound has different speed. Sound has different speed in different medium. Sound has different speed in different medium. Right? Suppose that means the sound speed of sound in solid is different than the speed of sound in liquid, than the speed of the sound through the gas. Okay, so speed of the sound is different in different or through different medium. And remember, the speed of sound is maximum through the solid, then the liquid, then the gas. That means sound has maximum speed through the solid, then liquid, then gas. That means through the gas sound has less amount of speed or smallest speed. So speed through the liquid is greater than the gas, and through the solid the speed of the sound is greatest. Okay, why? So you can say solid is denser than the liquid and liquid is denser than the gas. So that means sound has a greater speed. Sound has a greater speed through the denser medium. That means speed increases with the denser medium. If the medium is denser, then the speed increases. If the medium is denser, then the speed increases. Denser medium, speed increases. Upside arrow means increases. So sound has a sound speed of the sound increases through the denser medium. So solid is denser than liquid and liquid is denser than gas. That's why the sound has maximum speed through the solid, then the liquid, then through the gas. Okay. So why sound has a greater speed through the solid than the liquid and the gas? Because we know how sound can travel. Sound can travel through the large number of compression and rarefaction. So for solid, the particles or molecules are very dense. That means the molecules are very denser. So if the molecules are very denser, so this is solid molecules. So they are very tightly packed or very closely packed. So it can pass the sound through the large number of compression and rarefaction easily. So it can create the large number of compression and rarefaction easily. But for liquid, like this, so here compression and rarefaction is low. Or for gas, the molecules are far apart. So that's why through the gas, the speed of sound is very low. Understand? Because for solid molecules are closely packed, for liquid they are loosely packed, but for gas they are very far apart. So for solid, that's why for solid rarefaction and compression are very good and sound can travel. But for liquid, compression and rarefaction are not so good. That's why speed is less than the solid. But for gas, they are far apart. So compression and rarefaction is very low amount of compression and rarefaction. That's why the speed of the sound is also very low. Okay. Understand? Okay. Now frequency and amplitude of sound. Frequency and amplitude of sound. What is the frequency and amplitude? Okay, first we have to know the oscillation. We know what is vibration. What is vibration? The back and forth movement of any object is called vibration. That means back and forth movement of any object is called vibration. So the movement of any pendulum is same as the vibration. The movement of any pendulum is same as this vibration. That is, For pendulum, what happened? It is fixed. Suppose this is a pendulum. This is a pendulum. So it can move in this way and also in this way. That means they can move here or they can come here. So this is the motion of a pendulum or movement of a pendulum. Back and forth movement. This is also the back and forth movement. See, first move, go one point and come back to its initial position and in the reverse direction and come back to its initial position, again go to this position. So this is also the back and forth movement. So this is also one kind of vibration, and the movement of pendulum is called oscillation. Oscillation. This is called an oscillation. Similarly, for back and forth, what happened? Suppose this is a string. What happened? The string, if we plug the string go in this way and come to this way again. That means move in this direction again once and this direction once. So and this process continues. So this is called the back and forth movement, and this is called the vibration. Similarly, for this, see, suppose this is the fixed position or initial position. This is initial position for pendulum, and go in this way once, and come to its initial position, again go to this way. Similarly, come to this position once and again go to this position, and this process will continue. Similarly, for this process will continue, and this is called same as the back and forth movement. And for pendulum, this is called oscillation. The movement is called oscillation. Okay, suppose this is point B, this is point A, this is point C. So when one oscillation occur, when one oscillation is completed, suppose a particle starts a journey from B, because B is its initial position or fixed position. That means like this. Suppose suppose if you think this is a pendulum, then what happens? This move like this. So first this is its initial position. Okay, so go in this direction once, in this direction once. Okay, so B is its initial position. So if it starts its journey from B, then suppose we consider a first move point C, then B to C, again it come B, then it go to A, then B, again come B. So this is called one oscillation. If the pendulum or bob started its journey from point B, then move to point C, then come to point B again, then move to point A, then come to point B, this is called one oscillation completed. This is called one oscillation is completed. That means from B it moves once this and again go to this position and come this position. This is called one oscillation. This is B, this is C, this is A. From B once go this, then go to this A, then come to position B again. This is called one oscillation is completed. So understand what is oscillation and when one oscillation is completed. So understand oscillation. And now frequency, number of oscillations in 1 second. Number of oscillations in 1 second is called frequency. Clear? What is frequency? Number of oscillations per 1 second. That means number of oscillations in 1 second is called the frequency of any object. Okay, so the number of oscillations per unit time or number of oscillation in 1 second is called frequency of any object, and unit is hertz. Unit is hertz. And what is hertz? Hertz means if there is one oscillation in 1 second, then frequency is 1 hertz. Okay, so the number of oscillations in 1 second is called frequency. Okay, number of oscillation in 1 second is called frequency, and the unit is hertz. And what is the definition of hertz? If there are one oscillation in 1 second, then that is called 1 hertz. Okay, now amplitude. So for pendulum, what did I say, or what I have seen? Pendulum go, moves. Okay. So suppose this is point C, this is A. So see, this is the maximum distance traveled by the pendulum, or so maximum distance travel towards any side from its initial position. Okay, so amplitude is the maximum distance traveled by an oscillating object towards any one direction, or one side from its initial position, So see the definition. Maximum, this is max, means maximum distance traveled by an oscillating object. Suppose B is the oscillating object, B is the bob, pendulum bob. So any one side, that means it may be towards C or it may be towards A, from its initial position. Here B is the initial position. So if it moves if it moves towards C, then this is its maximum distance, B to C. So this is called the amplitude. That means it is the maximum distance. That means the bob travel from B to C. That means B to C is the maximum distance. So this is the amplitude, and also B to A is also the amplitude. In any direction, we can take the distance in any direction. Okay, or in any side. It must be from its initial position. Not take the distance from C to A. This is not from its initial position. So that is called amplitude. Maximum distance traveled by an oscillating object towards any direction from its initial position. So if we represent graphically, then what we can see, suppose like this. Suppose this is the sound wave, okay, and this is the maximum. Suppose this is the total distance covered. Okay, and in this direction we put time, and in this direction distance. Okay, distance. Okay, so this is the maximum distance, and this is called amplitude. Okay, this is called amplitude, and this is also amplitude. Not only this is also amplitude. This is the maximum distance another direction. So this is also amplitude. Okay, and when we say one oscillation completed, suppose this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F. So from A to C, if any object start its journey from A and move to point C, then we say one oscillation is completed from A to C. One oscillation. Okay, so this shaded area represent one oscillation. Again, you can say from B to D is also one oscillation. From B to D is also one oscillation. Okay, similarly from C to E also one oscillation, C to E. So from it started journey from one position and come to its initial position again. That is called one oscillation. Okay, and understand what is the amplitude. Maximum distance traveled in any direction, it is the amplitude. It may also the amplitude. Okay, it may be also amplitude. It is also amplitude. Understand what is amplitude, frequency. Okay, so thank you students, read very well. Oh, one thing, listen. What is the unit of amplitude? Amplitude is the distance. So unit of amplitude must be meter. Because it is the distance, maximum distance. So what is the distance of unit of distance? Meter. So obviously the unit of amplitude must be meter. Okay, so thank you students, read well.